It's in G, if anybody's wondering.
I wasn't.
Thank you. I
wasn't either.
It's in G.
Let's kick it, G.
Fratelloni's Hardware and Garden Stores brings you Garage Logic Podcast number 1306, May 13th, 2024. 92 degrees on this day in 2007 and 29 degrees on this day in 1953. And I'll bet you yesterday when we hit the mid-80s, kids were trying to swim and they came out of the lake and said, got to get rid of these weeds and this algae and all this junk here. Well, call Aquaside. They've been helping people maintain Great Lake shores for more than 60 years with a complete line of lake and pond control products that take care of all that stuff you don't want. The products are easy to use, they work quickly, and they're registered with the EPA and DNR. Don't let weeds overtake your lake or pond this summer. Call Aquaside. Tell them what you're looking at. They'll get you the right products. Call them at 1-800-328-9350 or go to aquaside.com.
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Heidt in the newsroom, and of course, the rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Sushiro.
It's a sad day. Brian Wilson, who is responsible for so much wonderful music, has been placed into a conservatorship.
Oh.
So he's losing it.
He's checking out, huh?
Yeah. He's 82, I think.
Wow.
But he hasn't been right for a number of years, right? I mean, he's been struggling with mental issues for, 40 years now, John? Maybe more?
At least, yeah. 50, really.
Yeah, but he could function. I saw him in concert many times. He could function. He's at the point now where he lost that very loving, helpful wife, and I think that was the beginning of his end right there.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
What a sweetheart that guy is.
You want to hear about my Northern Lights experience?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
please.
do.
Sure.
I do. I witnessed them firsthand.
Well, first of all, you really didn't, now that I know the whole story. You sent me a text that said, I just saw a version of the Northern Lights.
Well, they weren't like prime. It was. It wasn't.
It was the neon light outside of Plums.
Right.
And then I
thought it
later
was
learned,
green.
I later learned that what you were doing was apparently looking at the sky through your cell phone photo app. When you turn your
Yes.
cell phone to take a picture, you were looking at that.
The wife was. Yes, I don't have that app.
It's not an app; it's on every phone. Your photo.
Okay.
Camera.
I couldn't make it work, but she was.
So I went out Friday night, started at my house, driveway.
Sure.
What time?
Well, I started at 9, but then I
Okay.
kept her going. I mean, I was back out at 10, and
Yep.
I was restless, and I said, well, hell, I'm getting in my car. So at 11 o'clock,
Oh, boy.
I'm driving around, and I saw 2 airplanes and a crescent moon. I'm not seeing a thing. So I parked at the Highland Park golf course.
All
At
right, there's no
11
light.
PM.
Yeah, no light there. Nothing
Well,
to
no,
worry
you
about
look
there.
out over the golf course. It's a dark field. So
Sure.
I thought that'll help.
Yeah.
And, about 15 other cars were in there doing the same thing. I finally left. We
Well,
didn't
one
see
or
any-
two were probably hotboxing.
We
but-
didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. And then I heard about this phone trick. So the next night, I went out in the driveway when it was dark, and I looked through the phone. And yes, I could tell faintly that sure, I could see the greens and the blues and what have you. And then I said, well, the hell with this. This is ridiculous. There's no getting around it. If you want to see these things, you can't be anywhere in the metro area. You got to go up to, Ely or
If
something.
you want the full effect.
I know
yes.
a guy, I was at the fishing opener on Mille Lacs, and he said they were just extraordinary. So, yeah, you got to get to about Mille Lacs.
Why do you say that when Twitter was full of people
People
In-
making it up. They were drawing those themselves.
the Twin cities.
No, I don't buy it.
I was giving William's buddy a ride home after baseball. Coming back, we're halfway between Belle Plaine and Jordan. And I said, holy bleep.
Yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Right, but that's the whole... Well,
that's
that's not
the
that
key.
far south.
That's the key. In the middle of the sustainable urban carjacking core,
right.
you're not going to see them. Somebody might say, oh, I saw him in Woodbury, or I saw him in Chanhassen, or I saw him in Mount. Yeah, you're not near the thing.
The main
Ohio,
draw.
Ohio, if you were in the middle of nowhere.
Indiana, Arkansas,
Alabama.
Alabama.
But
Did
not
you
if
look
you're in a city.
Did you make the mistake of looking north?
Well, that's where you have to look.
Well, they were south. You should have spun around.
They weren't.
You had a
south.
50-50 shot.
Everybody said look south.
And I love celestial events, and my record is poor. I rarely see them. And I did see there was a meteor shower 20 years ago, some famous meteor shower. And I saw that.
Yeah, that might have been the cough syrup you were guzzling that night.
I did see Bill Miller, who's a GLer. We've met him at appearances. On his Facebook page, he must have been like you, Joe, because he has a picture of the sky, and it looks like somebody took through different colored magic markers and just drew a bunch of lines in it, and that was his picture. Of
Much in the same light as when Joe tried sharing a celestial event, I believe, in Florida with the crew.
Well, I took a picture of the boat lights.
Where basically it was him standing in a closet.
Dark closet.
Hey, fellas, look at this. Check this out.
I thought I had her aimed at the window,
Well,
I think it's neat that you just keep trying. You don't realize that you're going to be...
There's no quit in me.
Yeah, you keep going, man. You keep going. That's admirable. I respect you.
Well, I mean, what do I got to do? I'm going to be very serious. I'm willing to fly to Iceland. I am. I'm serious.
Iceland there.
That's how badly I want to experience this, because I think they're extraordinary.
They are extraordinary.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have to go to Iceland. On Friday at about 7 p.m., I should have driven to Mille Lacs, but I was scared off.
You would have been
by the opening fishing traffic.
If you left Friday to go to Mille Lacs on the weekend of the fishing opener, you'd be getting there right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you should have done. What you should have done to enjoy the Northern Lights, or at least as much as you could have. About 11 o'clock, you get a blanket and you go on your front with the wife, and then she takes pictures, and then you have.
Oh my God!
What is that? Was the same look I got the other night, Saturday night.
You mean to tell me?
And in between, you see some shooting stars, and we didn't hold hands, so I still have some GL left.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You went outside in your front yard.
Yep.
With the missus.
Yep.
And you laid down on a blanket.
We put a blanket down and brought a couple pillows from the backyard, from the outdoor furniture. And we did see some things. I did see some things. We had a nice conversation.
Oh my God.
A pillow talk.
You're so disappointing as a
Isn't he, Kenny? He really is. He won't do that.
No, I don't think he meant me.
Not talking about Joe.
Think he meant me.
Okay, pardon me.
How does the conversation begin? Do you start with, how was your day? Is that typically how it starts?
Well, to go out there, we wanted to see the lights. And I said, why don't I go get a blanket and we'll lay down instead of craning our necks up? Yeah. No, we're out in the open. A lot of traffic going by.
No, in my defense, I did say to the CP, you want to see the Northern Lights?
I think
and you know what her answer was?
No.
She said, I have no interest.
Oh, my gosh.
And I said, how could you not have an interest in this? And she said, I've seen the pictures.
I would take her to task on that. She should have gone out.
And that's when I went driving around by myself like a stalker.
You know why she had no interest, Joe?
Huh.
She knew how interested you were.
Yeah.
So she thought, no, I
So
want nothing to do with what he's interested in.
The game is afoot, isn't it?
Do you know that Saturday? Oh, then I said Saturday night, I did see, I could claim that I saw the concept.
A version.
I saw the concept through my phone. Saturday, I believe, was the first day of featuring the new state flag.
Yeah.
And I was rather amused at the efforts of news gatherers to pretend this was exciting, because the flag is essentially meaningless. It doesn't really offer much. But I got a note from an anonymous, but I have reason to understand the veracity of his email.
Okay.
All right. Is that good enough?
Good setup.
42B House Representative Jamie Becker-Finn from Diversityville. Actually, 42B is Shoreview and a lot of Roseville.
Okay.
And, she's a committed Mysterian. I looked her up.
First ring suburb.
She's a committed Mysterian. She's a lawyer. She's married, I think, to a man and has 2 kids. And she didn't waste any time signaling her virtue. She hoisted her new Minnesota state flag as soon as she could on Saturday. Sure, that's her right to do so. But in this particular case, I find it very telling. It didn't replace the old flag because she never had one. It also flies next to another flag, the LGBTQV flag. The V apparently is for victims. And there seems to be a flag missing from her display, the American flag. This is who represents us.
She doesn't represent me, I can tell you that.
I don't know, people of Shoreview, Roseville, what have you. Can't you do better than that? See, that tells me that she's, never mind. Anyway, the new flag is up. And here's Jamie. She is District 40B. I said that. She is an attorney. She's on the Judiciary, Finance, and Civil Law Committee, Public State Finance and Policy, Workforce Development, Ways and Means. Lives in Roseville. And she went to William Mitchell College of Law. She's in her 4th term, and she's married, has 2 kids. So good for her. But I think it's very interesting to know. That's an interesting statistic. There's no way to nail it down. How many people putting up the new flag even had the old one?
I would like to know that stat. They probably, most people have an American flag. You don't fly the flag of Minnesota. Most people.
The minute this happened, I went out and made sure I got a great.
I was just going to say
original.
that was the best marketing scheme, because everyone, you and Kenny both did, right? The second that they announced they're going to change
and
it,
I got a couple as gifts,
right?
Knowing that they would be appreciated by the people that were sent to, and if I had a place, I'd fly it. I'd fly it at a lake place.
Yeah.
You could see the Northern Lights from there.
See?
From this lake place, had I gone there, I would have seen.
I'm
the
surprised you
Northern
didn't
Lights.
do that.
I'll tell you one last time.
One time.
I'm going to tell you for the last time. It was the fishing opener.
Right.
Been there, done that many times in my life. I would go out on Mille Lacs at midnight thinking I had something.
No, not once. Never. You've never done that.
I swear to God, I did.
I will wrestle you on this.
No, I did.
Let's wrestle.
And I caught a rock. I put the leech on.
Okay.
The leech grabbed a rock.
All right, now I believe you. Okay, now that's Joe.
Much like the mother, I believe, in the Dallas area, you were going to write in to see if we could move the Northern Lights to when it wasn't the fishing opener.
I found myself.
I
found myself asking a group yesterday, and then caught myself. I quickly kept quiet. I said, "Are there any lights scheduled for tonight?"
Like it's a concert.
Right.
I bet John Heidt will ace this. It's from our friend Carl in Northfield. Apparently he wanted Kenny to receive this, but I didn't want to send it to Kenny. I wanted to use it myself.
That's okay.
John, based on song lyrics, I have a destination, and you are to tell me how to get there. Does that make sense?
Sure, I think.
Georgia.
How to get there?
How to get there based on song lyrics.
Please,
Kenny?
please. Take the last train.
Midnight
No.
Train.
Midnight Train.
That's
to Georgia.
Clarksville.
Midnight
Midnight
Train,
Train
yes.
to Georgia.
No,
I was thinking
you
Georgia
guys
by Ray
answer. This
Charles.
is a Height quiz.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
and it's the
sorry.
last train to Clarksville.
And
by
I'm
the
going
way.
to embarrass
Oh.
Height right off the bat. Reavers reeled them off.
Wow. See, I went right to Ray Charles, Georgia. I was singing that in my head.
Oh, I know.
Georgia.
Clarksville,
Yeah,
Take the last train to Clarksville.
I already ruined that one. Sorry.
heaven.
If you want to get to heaven, you got to raise a little hell. I don't know what.
Stairway.
Stairway.
Oh, stairway. Jeez.
God, you're really stupid when it comes to
He
music.
doesn't like to talk music. He said.
Hell.
I'm boycotting music.
How do you get to hell?
You're on the highway to hell, of course.
That's right.
Atta boy.
Hotel California.
How do you get there?
Hotel
How do you get to the
California.
hotel? I go to Hotel California.
You don't.
Yeah.
On a
you do.
dark desert highway.
Dark
Oh.
Desert Highway. Cool wind in my
Cool
hair.
wind in my
Of
hair.
course.
Kansas City.
Going to Kansas City.
Here
Kansas
it
City.
comes.
Might take a train. Might take a plane. If I have to walk, I'm going to get there just
You
the
got
same.
it. Scotland. I'm unfamiliar with this one. Scotland.
Going to-
Thin
yeah.
Lizzy, something mountain.
High road or low road? That's unfamiliar.
All right,
I
so
don't
there
know.
you have it. Mom's defending.
Yes.
Scotland.
Yes.
Carolina.
Road.
Carolina.
Carolina. Let's see. Carolina. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina.
That's right. Well, actually, it's in your mind, but I'll accept that.
James Taylor. Yeah.
James Taylor. Yeah.
Paradise.
By the dashboard.
We'll confuse. We'll liken heaven to paradise. How do you get to paradise?
It's GNR, right?
No.
Sticks.
No.
Stairway to Paradise.
No. Isn't it Eddie Money?
2 tickets.
Paradise.
Oh.
2 tickets to Paradise. Jeez.
I wouldn't have done very well on this either.
I wouldn't
The
need
C.
either.
The C. S-E-A. The C.
SEA.
The C.
The C.
Somewhere.
Steve Miller.
Steve Miller.
Fly like an eagle.
Oh,
To the sea.
Central Station.
Central Station.
Chattanooga Choo Choo.
No.
No clue.
High on cocaine.
Oh, I'm cocaine. Driving that
Is that
train.
the Dead?
Yeah, Casey Jones.
Yeah. Gulf of Mexico.
And I've got a long way
Mexico.
to go.
Such a long way. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Back up.
Straight down the Mississippi River.
To the Gulf of Mexico.
To
Up
the
on
Gulf.
Cripple
Band?
Creek.
How do you
Cheese
get
Camp.
to over the line?
One toke, of
Yeah,
course.
you got that one. Home tonight.
Take me.
Oh,
No.
Clapton, right?
No, I don't know. I don't know who did this. Home tonight.
Home tonight.
No, that's wonderful tonight.
It's not.
10 forward gears and a Georgia overdrive.
Oh, geez. I sang that song for 30 years in bands.
Who
6
did
days. 6 days on the road. Dave
Yeah.
Dudley.
Dave
and,
Dudley.
And a million rock
10
and roll
forward
bands.
gears and a Georgia overdrive. Sea of green. Sea of green.
Oh, Kermit.
That's Yellow Submarine. Right?
That's right. Round the mountain.
Round
She
the
coming round the mountain when she comes.
Which comes?
She'll be coming when she comes
I think Rook's got it.
round the mountain.
6 white horses.
Yep.
6. I don't know that one. I don't think.
And Anna Lee. Honalee. Anna Lee.
Anna Lee.
Anna Lee.
No clue.
A boat with billowed sail.
I have no idea what that
I
is.
did not know that one either.
I didn't do very well. See?
You did not, John. You did very
Thought you
I
were
think I
gonna
did
ace
worse, John. I think I was
This
worse.
could be the
Hello.
dentist.
Uh-oh.
It
Careful.
is. Take a break.
How are you doing,
Take
guys?
a break.